Picture northern Italy in the early 1300s. Stone cities rise on the hills like clenched fists. Church bells rule the hours, and streets smell of iron, smoke, and animals. Power is not measured in borders but in pride, alliances, and the way a city dares another to blink first. Bologna and Modena sit barely a day's ride apart, close enough to hear each other's breathing. For generations, they have been enemies, not theatrical kind, no dramatic speeches, just a constant grinding rivalry, fueled by politics, religion, and the ancient human needs to prove superiority. Bolgona backs the Pope, Modena supports the Holy Roman Emperor, and that alone is enough to turn neighbors into lifelong enemies. Years pass, tensions build, insults stack up quietly, and everyone knows a war is coming, though no one knows what will start it. Then one night, something ridiculous happens. A group of modernist soldiers slip into Bolgona under cover of darkness. No torches, no shouting, just boots on stone and nervous laughter. They do not head for the treasury or a noble's house. They walk to a public well where everyone hangs a wooden bucket. Plain oak, scratched from years of use, the kind of object so ordinary it is invincible. They take it. By morning, Bolgona wakes up missing a bucket. At first, it sounds like a joke, a prank, something to laugh off. But laughter does not come because everyone understands what this really is. An insult, a message. Bolgona sends messengers to Modena demanding the bucket's return. The language is formal, sharp, and tense. The bucket is not mentioned as wood and rope. It is described as honor, as sovereignty, as dignity. Modena refuses not with rage or threats, but with amusement. And that is what breaks the dam. Bolgona cannot back down. If they do, they admit weakness, and if they laugh it off, they look small. In a world where reputation keeps you alive, this is unacceptable. Drums begin to sound, armor is pulled from storage, blacksmiths walk through the night. Knights mount horses that sense something is wrong, and farmers are handed spears and told they are soldiers now. By 1325, the two cities are fully mobilized all over a bucket. The armies meet near a place called Zapolino. Dust rises before the first sword is drawn. Noise is deafening. Steel rings against steel. Men scream prayers and choruses into the same air. Horses panic, banners fall, and the ground darkens with blood. This is not a small fight. Tens of thousands take part, and by the end of the day, over 2,000 men are dead. Fathers, sons, brothers, men who never saw the bucket that caused it all. Modena wins decisively. Bolgona retreats, humiliated and broken, and the bucket, Modena keeps it. Not as an afterthought, not as a junk. They parade it, display it, preserve it. The bucket becomes a trophy, a symbol of victory more powerful than gold. Centuries pass, empires fall, borders shift, the Pope loses power. The Holy Roman Empire dissolves. The reasons Bolgona and Modena once hated each other fade into footnotes, but the bucket remains, still wooden, still intact, sitting quietly in Modena, watched by tourists who laugh when they hear the story. And that laughter is uncomfortable, because this is not really a story about a bucket. It is about how thin the line is between peace and chaos, how easily pride can turn absurdity into tragedy, how humans do not always go to war for survival, justice, or belief. Sometimes they go to war because backing down feels worse than bloodshed. History loves to dress itself in noble explanations, but every once in a while it tells the truth. Sometimes all it takes is a bucket.